This life that we have is boundless. I mean, have you ever gotten to a point where you looked at your hands and witnessed the profundity of the fact that your mind has absolute control over your hands, your body? Have you ever looked at your hands and said to yourself, who am I? I am so powerful and full of untapped potential. I have no limits. I can do anything and be anyone. The fact that we can see out of our eyes, smell with our nose, talk with our tongue, hear with our ears, we are truly profound. And we have our legs and feet to move about the planet, an entire planet to explore. This is truly remarkable. But I want to talk about the human condition. We are human beings. We want to play, have fun, be carefree, explore, laugh, feel valued, loved, respected. We have dreams of traveling, being in nature, by the ocean, or surrounded by trees. But so many people have become so encumbered and discombobulated in a false identity that they have lost their connection with their passion, leaving them in a world confused and miserable and numb, like a zombie, frustrated, always waiting for something to happen. We just want to be free. And when we come back to our senses, our nature, our essence, and stop being changed constantly by the world and be transformed by the renewing of our minds.
Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
There is more to life than death. Why do so many people go through life numb, emotionless, and not in control, going through life miserable, wanting more but getting nothing, frustrated zombies, driving to work, half asleep, drugged up on caffeine? Why? This is known as existential depression, just doing it because you have to. When you don't know who you are and your thinking is based from the perception of who you think the world wants you to be or who you think the world thinks you are, this is common. Not everyone feels this way, but it is often hushed in society. People don't want to let others know that they are hurting inside, but silently depressed, frustrated. Happiness is what most people long for. We want to have fun while we are alive. We want to live. We want to travel. We don't want to die with these feelings of insignificance and boredom and insecurities, anxiety, and what's popular right now, having trauma, holding us back from being free and authentic versions of who we are. We are the children of God and can do all things. But when? How about we stop beating around the bush? I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Are we lying to ourselves? Because most people will believe us when we tell them these things. They won't question us. But what about ourselves? We cannot lie to ourselves when we are lying in bed at the end of the night, the end of the day, frustrated because we don't want to wake up in the morning and live another day and lie to the world that thinks we're happy when we're not. This is self-rejection, spiritual rejection. We are here, we are alive, we are well. Do we have air in our lungs, blood in our veins, see with our eyes, hear with our ears, talk with our tongues? Then it is not too late to have a resurrection, a rebirth, a renewal. Conceive yourself. It's time to devise a plan and not just go with the flow. How about tonight? Sometimes the hardest thing to admit is that maybe the answers were not organically placed inside our brains. At some point, we've got to humble ourselves to a new level. Galileo even said on his deathbed, a wise philosopher, "All I know is that I know nothing." I don't want to live a long, miserable life. I would rather replace misery with prosperity. Within yourself is the abundance to create wealth in your life. Wealth being anything you desire. Wealth is money, it's love, better health, relationships, spirituality, anything you desire. It is said that the truth will set you free. Well, you are the truth, and the truth indeed can set you free. So, set yourself free. A successful life with high quality living starts with you being honest with yourself. Our egos try to claim peace when peace is not present. Most people will fake it until they make it, but most people will never make it. They just fake it until they die. We cannot control everything, but there is a lot we can control. Some people lead their own lives by taking control of the things they can control. We control our lives, but who has control? Most of us, hardly even the food we eat. The weight on the scale, it controls us, our confidence, our insecurities, the happiness of our marriage. Why do half of the people who marry divorce? The finances in our bank account, who controls that? Who has control? The thoughts in our heads. Have your emotions and feelings taken control of your life? We just like to think we're in control because you pick up the phone and make a status update or share a reel. You can make a post on Instagram. You can send a friend a Snapchat. Yeah, we're in control. Most of us are not in control. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. That was a beautiful quote by Wolfgang von Goethe in the late 1700s, early 1800s. I'll repeat that. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. That means that people who think they are free, but really they are slaves, none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. And the world has got most people by the balls, doing exactly what the world wants us to do. It's like Pinocchio going to the carnival or the circus. And everyone who participates and goes to the circus, you know the story goes, they turn into donkeys. The world representing the circus, and for those who participate in the carnival getting sucked into the matrix, represent the donkeys. I believe that many people are not fulfilled in life. I believe that many people are living in a sort of acceptance mentality. I believe that people are blaming God for their problems. And when I say blaming God, I'm talking about using the excuse that it is the way that it is intended to be. It is not the way it should be. And in fact, it is far from it. We must take responsibility for our lives. Our lives are our responsibility, not our husband, not our wife, not our parents, not our kids, not our boss, not our government. It is not God's responsibility to pay our bills and finance our dreams. He gave us this life. He gave us our hands for Christ's sake. He gave us our brains, our minds, our legs and feet. He even put us in a century where we have access to literally the entire world. He gave us philosophers, religious texts. He gave us all the secrets, and he left us with one job, and that job is the most important job of our life. It is our work of life. It is our art. We must paint our picture and never stop painting our picture. It is our job. The work of life. And this is the journey of B. My name is Jeremiah, and I'm here to help you discover what your work of life is. So please reach out and I will personally help you figure out what you're doing here on this planet, and we will create a 12-week roadmap to change your life. Visit thejourneyofb.com. Thank you.